What's up, Geezie?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? Let me see if I can get this thing tight here. Hold on. Let me see if I can get y'all. Word, what's going on?
You got
What's
him.
up?
I feel like I should give him my mic.
Get your mic. I thought you was gonna bring the jams. I was like, I know Geezy gonna be up in the cut, but I know how IG does. Hold on. Let me play. You know what I could do? I could play some of my. I like to set this up because I like to play music in the background for the people when they tune in live. Stick around, y'all. We about to talk about this single. We about to talk about a lot of things today, real quick. How's your Sunday going, fam?
Like you said, rest and recuperation.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on right now. I don't know really how to feel about all of it, but just taking it one moment at a time for real, you know.
This mic isn't plugged up. I'm just trying to look like you.
Oh, good. Yo, we gotta look sharp. You sound sharp. You coming in clear. I'm like, what's up, Night Train? Y'all coming in clear, my headphones, so it's all good. But yeah, so Sunday, rest and recuperation from a lot over the last couple of days. Yeah.
It's been a rough week. Yeah. So.
Definitely a challenging week. Yeah. I just posted about Chadwick. I was really, really hurt. As I'm hurt about all of our leaders, free thinkers, outspoken persons, public figures, people who just wanted to do good, like Floyd, who just were a part of their community, supported their community in full, just who really love their people. Like it just hurts, It hurts when we lose these angels on earth, these people who bring a sense of value and confidence and truth, So I was really, really hurt. I really felt like, we lost another good one. But I know, we don't die, we multiply.
Yeah. And I got rid of my cable probably like a year ago. And I don't follow like the celebrity blogs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the stuff that was going on with him, like I didn't even really know. So this felt like
okay.
It felt like a sucker punch almost. Like I had no idea where this was even coming from.
Yeah.
And then as I started reading up, I started seeing that there was something going on with him, but I was completely in the dark. So.
Yeah. I did not know it. He seemed he was an amazing health in Black Panther, and he just at the beginning of his game, our young Denzel, in a sense, like another Denzel, because his trajectory, the work he was putting out was just like, oh, this was made for Boseman right here,
Yeah.
So,
Everything had purpose. Everything had purpose and meaning.
Oh my God. He played James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, Jackie Robinson, Black Panther, did a Spike Lee joint recently, Wakanda Forever. Okay. Right. Wow. I could only imagine what he was going to do next. And we really need to pick up that torch. There's not enough of our history, our story being told.
Yeah. I'm still in shock. Like I almost don't even really know what to say about it.
Yeah. I didn't want to believe it, honestly, right away. I didn't want to believe it. And I was like, yo, today's my dad's birthday. Friday, I just done the march, it was so spirited and it was beautiful. And so, just to hear that news following was tough.
Yeah. Prayers to his family.
Yes.
Prayers. I know a lot of people in this area had connections to him. And
he went to Howard. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I've been seeing like personal accounts, just from friends on Facebook. So my prayers are with them as well. So
a lot of great things said. A lot of great things said. And that type of energy has to expand. Like when I think about people like him, I think about people like my grandmother, who, when they pass, you know, their energy has to expand and has to spread a positive light around the world. You know, my grandmother was an evangelist. She did like 30 years of prison ministry, and she was yeah, an evangelist at her church, and she just always did good, and you know, was showing love to people, would hug people, you know, she didn't know. And um I just always I think about people like her, like their light has to expand, like God has to use them for even greater purpose, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Whenever something happens, you know, you always got the people on social media who want to be the contrarians, or, you know,
Mm-hmm.
why is everybody so upset? You don't even know this person or whatever. Just someone who always has to be negative in a
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Yeah,
And in the case of your grandmother and Chadwick and any human,
yeah.
what they're doing is planting seeds, you know,
Amen.
and
Amen.
those seeds, those 30 years of seeds that your grandmother
Hmm.
planted,
Amen.
those grew into positive fruit in people's lives. And it's no
Yeah,
different with Chadwick. Just because we don't know him personally doesn't mean he didn't plant seeds into our
that's right.
lives with the work that he's
That's
done.
right.
Um, so I politely checked a couple people.
Oh, some people were checking. Oh, doing too much. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know.
the
To me,
negativity.
like, I mean, honor a light. Honor a light. You know what I'm saying? You never know, and no one's perfect. And you know, just honor a light, man. Like, you know, we don't have to. We really got to learn how to forgive out here and let people be human. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? We don't let people be human. You know, you know, yeah, of course, when they do things that are like just not of the light, you know, but we have to do a lot of forgiving out here, especially with black people, man. Black people need a healing, you know,
Yeah.
we need a healing. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So you mentioned the march earlier. How was that?
Yes. Oh man. The march, okay, so I went a little bit closer to the afternoon. So I got there around 12. And I mean, first of all, just like walking down the street with my sign to get to the metro, people were already like, yeah, sis, yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter. So I already had that positive energy. And then when I got on the train, which I haven't done it all in quarantine, but I told myself, I'm going to this march. I'm going. And so, you know, there were a lot of people going on for the purpose, getting on the train for the purpose of the march. So that made me feel proud. Got onto the scene at Smithsonian. The police officers there were a lot of black women who were officers at that gate, and they were so helpful, and they were just assisting us on where to go, pointing us in the right direction, showing love there. I saw a lot of black e-commerce or commerce. Like there were so many black sellers who were selling like these awesome shirts like this one here. Yup,
Oh,
yup. With all of the ancestors on it, you know what I'm saying? Like people were really repping out there, and I love that.
that's
And
dope.
then when we got there, yeah, right. It was dope. They were giving us water. They were supporting us all the way there. And I like, you know, I there were friends that I ran into, like new friends, you know what I'm saying? Like who were just like, we're from Houston, we're going where you're going. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. So we started walking and they were giving out free masks. They made sure people had gloves. They made sure they had hand sanitizer. And then as I continued to walk in, there were droves of people from the back to the front, and it was just it was a sight to see. The reflecting pool on both sides just filled with people, and what they did was like there were people who were standing on the sidewalk right alongside the pool, but then there were like these grassy knolls to the right and left where you could kind of lay out, chill, and create distance between the people. So we were kind of really determined to get as close as we could to the front. And then they also had projector screens, so you could watch the march and actually the leaders and not have to be that close, which I thought was amazingly done. So you know, I mean, everybody had their mask on. They were in support. They were rallying. Yes, they were pumping their fists in the air. Power to people. Black power. Black Lives Matter. And I was blessed to see like a Breonna Taylor's mother had a really tough time talking. George Floyd's brother, you know, all understandable. You know, and it was a lot of the you know, Sharpton. He had a lot to say in a positive note to, you know, to the people, but also just discussing how, you know, just ridiculous. It just inhumane, the officers have been, and how America has been handling everything, the government's been handling everything. And BB Winan sang a song that was called Black Lives Matter. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was well done. I was super, super proud. Super proud. Super proud of us, you know. Yeah. Yeah. It was
I'm
hot. It was hot. But we was out there. We were out there. Yeah.
trying to mess with the lighting. I think I just jacked it up. So.
I was like, he going into what, you going to the red light special over there, Nate? So he started cooling down. He said it's nap time. I'll be back.
I really don't know what I'm doing at all. But
I'm facing the window. This is the best light you're going to get. I had to face the window. But how do you feel about the march?
Well, during the march, I was at work passing out technology to these babies and to these families.
Oh, wow.
You know, trying to get them back on track. So I had another mission, so I couldn't be there. But I would have loved to be there. I feel like it's something that I could have, it's a story I could have had for 20, 30 years from now. Just for my kids who I don't have.
But what you were doing was definitely equivalent, because we need the technology. Our babies need the technology for sure. Yeah. To be able to advance in school. Is this what you were doing? Like giving them like computer items and stuff? Okay.
Yeah, it's all virtual. And, you know, a lot of our
great.
In our communities, they don't have the technology. So we're passing out computers and tablets, and then even still, some of the families, even with the tablet, they don't have internet access.
Okay.
We're passing out hotspot devices as well. So just getting people prepared for school, you know.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Definitely not as sexy as the march, but
but you know what was beautiful is that when you were giving out one thing our babies need, they need to have iPads, computers, technology, like in order to advance in this new world and this new shift, they need those things. So I thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? That was what I could do. And I almost didn't make it because I wasn't feeling my best. So, you know, by God's will, I was able to be there, and I kept saying, God willing, I'll make it. God willing, I'll make it. And I did. And I really feel like a representative, an ambassador for my community. So if anything, your spirit was presented, your spirit, your energy was there, because that's what I bring with me when I go. You know what I'm saying? I make my presence known. I'm like, Black life. Yeah. What's up, Surfboard? What's going on, Raquel's Live Cuisine? Gudo's in the building. Vision of Leone. Hello. What's up, DTN Productions? Welcome, y'all. So, yeah, I'll be out there. I'll be repping.
How long would you say you were out there in total?
So it ended promptly around 2, because what happened, I would say 3 o'clock, because it started at 8. They said that the speeches were going to start at 11. They started at 8. I was like, so I was, I was thinking, because I thought like between 8 and 11, they were just making sure people were in, but they started those speeches about 8. So they didn't have the information right there. But they went back to back, and then and then they decided to march at 2:30. And so we walked from the reflecting pool to MLK Memorial. And then I would say pretty much there, everybody kind of resonated with the drums, looked at the memorial, connected, and then they dispersed. So yeah, it was a good march. Like I said, it was from 8 to 3. Well done, Well done.
That's
powerful. And lots of people. They said they expected 100,000, and then they came with a new number of 50,000. I don't know how many were exactly out there. I'd like to find that out, but easily 50 to 100,000 people.
Okay. Other than you said Breonna Taylor's mother and George Floyd's brother.
Yeah, Jacob Blake's family was out there.
Okay.
And with George Floyd's family, I mean, he brought everybody. Everybody was out there. He was like, and this is my niece, and this is my cousin. I was like super proud. Super proud. Yeah. Martin Luther King Jr. III spoke. I think I had heard him on my way up. So that was good. You know, Al Sharpton, he was speaking throughout. But yes, I was definitely proud. Definitely proud to be there and heard
Wow.
him speak. And
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
I guess that leads up to a couple questions that I have for you.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. We need to share in this. I'm so proud of this song, yo, and I'm so glad you asked me to be a part of this.
Well, before I go into the song that we worked on together, I just kind of had a couple questions about you, just in general.
Okay.
And your drive.
Okay.
Every time that I've seen you or had any type of encounter with you, it's just you like you're ready to go, like 0 to 60. Like, is there a mic anywhere in this premises? Like, does anyone?
Somebody tell the truth out here. Is there a mic?
Is there a mic anywhere in this building? I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
It's like, where does that come from? Is that something that's just your musical personality, or that's just you across the board?
I definitely have a sense of urgency. It's definitely brought on by God, because most of the times I'm trying to figure out myself, like, why do I want to keep on going? Like, what, like, how is this even, how do I even have the energy to do this? You know what I'm saying? I'll literally be like working on something and I'll just say, just one more entry, you know, not now, I ain't gonna lie. If it's your job, my job, I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll try my best, but when it comes to my passion, as long as it aligns with my passion, you without question. If you say, Dior, can you jump through a hula hoop and over that building and then jump on the mic, I will find a way to make that happen. And I promise you, I will find a way. It may not look exactly the way you thought it was going to look, but you're going to like that joke because I'm making it hit. Because I feel like I do have a crazy sense of urgency. I would say that God definitely is spirited by that, because I could not tell you, like, other than that, really in my passion, that is what brings on that urgency.
Okay.
Straight up. Yeah.
As it relates to social justice, where does that drive come from? Is it, like you said, God again, or is there like a specific incident, a specific story, a specific, person story? We've had way too many stories over the past 5 or 6 years. Was it a Mike Brown, a Sandra Bland, a Freddie Gray, or has it always been something inside of you that gives you that drive towards social justice?
Yeah, that's a fair question right there. I will say that I'm always being used, so there's always God present. But and I'm not just saying that. I'm not even. I am baptized, but I do not practice my religion. I'm more situated in my faith in God, and kind of how He speaks through me and into me. But I feel like a lot of the adversity that I experienced at a very young age, and the challenges that I saw my parents face with in different areas, and we lived in different areas. So I lived, out west, I lived overseas, and I lived here in the Northeast. So I would say that I kind of have a well-rounded experience of adversity, and just, seeing like my people in different areas. And I think a lot of the things I watched and read young about people of color, and where the adversity that we were presented with, always I always wanted to set the world right. Like, how can you not want to know about how amazing we are? How could you not want to celebrate that? How could you not want to see all the different dimensions of me? And I always felt like the world tried to try to hold back what was bursting inside of me. And I feel like if it's feeling like this inside of me, it has to feel like this in others. Like, we need to be free to be who we are. Like, we're vibrant. Like, I don't know if you ever seen The Wiz, But like I always like
I'm
think
be
about
scared.
like scenes from the
I'm not gonna lie to you.
you
I was terrified.
you was terrified of the wind. Get out
Yes.
of here! Get out of here, yo,
Not gonna hold
yo.
you.
I loved Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson to me was like the epitome of arts and talent. And, I felt like every time he sang, he was speaking to me. You know, I felt like every time Whitney was singing, she was speaking to me. Luther Vandross was speaking, he was speaking to me. And it just seemed to hit my soul. And I wanted people to celebrate our vibrance. And I always wanted to believe there was more to us than, slavery. And, I always saw Africa like my parents had me watching not Saint Kofa, but Serafina when I was young. And I just always felt like this burning desire in me to feel liberated, to feel free, to be able to be all of the areas of who I am. And I didn't want to feel held back. And I think I made some sort of declaration. I don't know where, but I think I've made some sort of declaration in my spirit. I don't know if it was when I was a child or whatever, that I was going to make it and to be able to spread the word that you can be all you want to be. You know what I'm saying? If you believe in yourself, you know what I'm saying? We can make it happen. We can be something. So, I had plenty of people when I was young. I had teachers and all that, uh, some who supported me and some who told me very young, like that I wouldn't make it or I wouldn't do things, or try to stop me with little small idiocies that would let me get further. And I'd be like, why are they doing that? You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really understand the whole concept of jealousy till later in life,
Wow.
and I was like, wow. I was
Why,
like,
why are they
really, this is
teachers?
crazy.
Why are they
you
teachers?
know You know what I'm saying? That evil can be everywhere. And I think that sometimes that didn't have anything to do with race. Sometimes it had a lot to do with people being oppressed and not seeing the joy within themselves and deciding, you know what, I'm going to be old now, or I'm going to stop now. And you don't have to. You can keep on going.
Right.
You can keep on going.
Now, on the
Yeah.
subject of your drive, once again, um, when I sent you the beat for the Breonna track,
Uh-huh.
you had something written to that in like 45 minutes. And that kind of what amazes me about you. Um, like on the same note that I was talking about before, like you're just always ready to go. There's this your tank is always full, it seems. And I
Mm-hmm.
just part of me is wondering, like, where does that come from? Like that you have all this in you and you pull it out instantly. And I just thought that was amazing. Like kind of take me through that process, because like I said, it didn't take a whole lot of time. You was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm on this. And like 45 minutes like later, you're like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
singing you're singing the lyrics to me over the phone. And I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
take me through, your experience from the other end.
Absolutely. Like I was saying earlier about being used by God, I there's a lot of music that I have around me, that I'm working on, and there's songs that I'm trying to complete. And I used to kind of force the envelope, and then I noticed when I didn't force it, I was more proud of it. And also, I felt like even with delivery, the 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 motion to put that out came out of nowhere, and I was like, wow, where did this come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did this notion of want to put it out now? Like, I wrote it almost a year ago. Why is all this fever? Oh, the time God was waiting for this moment. So that's the same way I felt like with this. Like, the words for Brianna literally like came out of nowhere. I did do some background on her. Like, I did some research, more research, listening to her family, listening to her sister. And then it was like the words just started, and I was like, it kind of dawned on me that I was like, I don't want this to be. There were so many YouTube stories and posts about what was wronged to her, and I wanted to celebrate her. I wanted to feel like, I wanted to feel like she was ever present. I wanted to feel like she was being celebrated. I just didn't want to, it's such a dark time, So yeah. I was being used. Once I did a couple of YouTubes to kind of, because I wanted to feel her energy. I wanted to see what it looked like in her mother's face and her sister's face, and what was it like to be around Bree. And when I heard her sister, say how she was just such a bubbly person, and how much fun she was, and how she was kind of sad that not kind of sad, she was very sad that she wouldn't be able to hear her sister say, what am I going to wear for my birthday? And I was like, I could identify with that, like somebody who's like wanting to planning all the nuances of their special time. And she just looked like a hard worker. Like she worked to get to where she was. Like she was so proud of it. And when I see that picture of her in front of the flag, and her smile, I feel the depths of her journey, because I know what that feels like, to be like, I'm moving to the next step. I did it. You know what I'm saying? And so like, I wanted people to see her humanity, and not just this person who was killed. I wanted her to see like, wow, like this is a light that you all took out of the world, and she needs to be celebrated, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Thank you, Nate. Yeah. She did
Um,
that. She did that for sure.
yeah. And making the beat and making the music to it. Like I have a vision, but I'm not a rapper.
Yeah.
So it's like I need the other part to complete the vision. And it's just
Yeah.
like you were in my head almost. And
Wow.
it's like you said, it was really God's plan, the way it came.
Huh.
Um,
Your beat brought it on too. Your beat felt like a hug. It was just like, I'll never forget the first 3 or 4 seconds. You hear it in like your right ear, and then it pans to the left. And I could have even started in my left ear and pan to the right. But just that little nuance, and it was like, oh, whoa. It was warming. It was like a hug. It came from a soul that I know. And so thinking on her and listening to that beat, the spirit was using me, you know?
wow.
Yeah.
That's some powerful
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm telling you, the spirit moves. The
Wow.
spirit moves. Yeah.
I'm just I'm really proud of, how it turned out.
Me too.
Um,
Yeah. Indeed.
there's been a lot of controversy, I guess you could say, discussion just about the way people have expressed their grief
Mm-hmm.
in her passing, and
Yeah.
how her name has been used, and how her name has been
Hmm.
memed, and all this other stuff. And
Wow.
I'm not one to police people's emotions and people's expressions.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to, post a Breonna Taylor whatever meme or whatever, if that's your outlet, then it's
What
not.
are these memes negative or something? Or I don't understand why they're.
I'd have to show them to you. They just,
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, you know, one day I'm gonna have to give an account of what I did with my gifts and talents.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for me,
Yeah.
reposting a meme is not going to be um, an adequate.
What make it? Let's talk about it, okay?
It's not going to be adequate. I can't stand in front of God and say, "Well, I reposted that meme." about Breonna Taylor. And for some people, that may be all that's required, but to whom much is given, much is required. So I felt like I was given a little bit more. So for me, in working on this project that I'm in the midst of working on, the beat came to me and the emotion came to me, and I was like, this is about Breonna Taylor. Like the minute I finished it.
Wow.
I was like, this is for Breonna. So, you talked a lot about purpose and stuff like that. And like I said, for me, God's not going to accept I reposted a meme. Like, I feel like, and I don't say that to sound self-righteous. But it was something inside of me. It was like, you cannot stop here. There's something else that you have to do. There's something else that you're going to do. So
how did you come up with that title though for Distance Summer? That is an awesome title. Yeah. Especially for this. 2020 is the wildest yet.
Well, I put out a project in April called Until I Return. And that project was like, my phone doing some goofy stuff. That project was like probably 10 years in the making. Like 10 years worth of beats for that one project. So I got that together, put that out in August. Now, not August, April, I'm sorry. Now the pandemic is happening. The world is pretty much falling apart in front of our eyes.
Sheesh. You ain't lying.
Until I Return is a very personal project. That's very inward. Everything is about me, and like I said, the 10 years that it took, to put it out. A Distant Summer is an outward project. Like, it's about what I see instead of about me. So it's basically a project on everything I see. Like, oh my God, what is happening? What? Like, our world is like literally falling apart in front of our eyes. Like, they're killing this person. They're tearing this up over here. People are angry over here. People are sick and dying over here. Like, it's basically me looking outward. And just like, you got to hear it. You got to hear it.
Oh, yeah. When does that project drop?
It was supposed to drop in early August.
You know how it is with us.
Yeah,
that's all right. Labor Day. We just dropped a single.
Yeah, Labor Day is the day that I'm kind of holding myself accountable.
Looking at okay.
Yeah. So it's, of course, we're going through this social distancing, with the pandemic, but a Distant Summer is more than physical distance. It's kind of like just the emotional connection, like the distance emotionally that all this has had on us. We're distant that way. And summer's supposed to be a happy time. Summer's supposed to be the most alive part of the year. Is when teachers are out of school and kids are out of school. It's kind of like the high point, the climax of the year. And for this summer, it's like stuff is closed.
September's coming. It's like, oh my God, run October. Here come on. No. Okay. Yeah. It's
weird because I haven't really done a whole lot of explaining about it. So I'm trying trying to pull my thoughts and emotions about the project out
well,
into
that's a good description already, you know.
words.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's some heavy stuff on there. It's some light stuff on there. It's kind of just an examination of what this year has been like for us. Just how abnormal and distant we have been. So
yeah. I want to know why you asked the D.A.B to be on Breonna, because I am so proud to be on this song. I am so proud, yo. It couldn't come at a better time. Oh man, I feel like it's like delivery and then you have the healing. It's like delivery is like go fight, and then Breonna is like, you know, here's a big hug. We know what you're going through. So like, why? Why?
so if you want some exclusive information,
Word.
I put some names in a hat and I shook the hat. No, I'm saying.
You a mess.
I put some names on the wall. I took a dart and I just started.
I knew it. Chance. Rolling the dice.
So there's a song on the project called Grandma's Favorite.
Okay.
And other than Breonna,
okay,
it's my favorite song. It's probably my second favorite song.
Wow.
It's basically it's a song about family and you know, grandma and family dynamics. And again, the thought I'm making the beats, the thoughts coming to my head, and who would kill this concept? And two names came to mind: AJ Throwback and you.
Okay.
And
word.
I'm dead serious.
Okay. AJ Throwback, he does bars, right?
He does bars. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He started following me on he actually came out to my online premiere, Big Love. I look forward to that show. Yeah.
So something happened, like me and AJ, like we cross paths online all the time. I listen to his show pretty regularly. So I ended up throwing the idea to him first, and he killed it. He killed it.
Okay.
He wrote a joint about his grandmother that is just amazing.
Oh, okay.
It's amazing.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
like I said, it was between you and him.
Hear that. Yeah.
And I happened to run into him first online. So when the Breonna thing came about, I was like, I got to hit Dior.
Wow.
I got to hit Dior.
Yeah.
So that's pretty.
You know, it's crazy. Yeah, and I'm so glad you did ask me, really, because the other thing about that I was another reason why I was so happy to do it is because to show sisterly love, you know, like I feel like you hear that, but not enough. Like what Beyonce just did with Brown Skin Girl, you know, you don't hear that enough. And I was like, wow, like I also get to honor my fellow sister. Like it really, like, because I really identify with Brie, you know? And so and doing that song, I was like, I get to also pay tribute to not just like, you know, my Maya Angelou and my, you know what I'm saying? Like my Angela Davis, but also to like, you know, my sisters who are like, you know, like me, who, you know what I'm saying? Who are like growing up, you know, looking up to our elders and being like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're coming up, and I think that doesn't happen with the youth as much. And I was really happy to honor her in that sense, you know?
Yeah. So again, I think it's dope the way everything kind of worked out.
Yeah.
So that's the legitimate truth. I had you in mind.
Cool.
You in mind for a completely different song.
Oh wow! Oh, and we switched. Oh, that's awesome. I cannot. So great. Is that song out?
Nah.
Grandma's favorite. Okay. I can't wait for that. Labor Day. Okay. Good. Yay. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you. I'm so glad. Yeah. So voting.
Voting. Ah.
I don't know how to feel either, fam, but we need to. Yeah.
I can remember how
Yeah.
dark and gloomy election day 2016 was. Like
Wow.
I can vividly remember it because I was at a watch party.
I sure could too.
I was at a watch party, and it was like everybody was kind of hype and excited, and we eating chicken and pizza. And as the night is progressing, we're looking and like, what's happening? Like,
yes.
This isn't the script that this isn't the way we thought the script would play out, and it just got progressively more depressing. And I remember when I left the watch party, like the results weren't final, but it was kind of looking like this is what's going to happen. So I went to bed not knowing what the final results were, and I woke up and it was confirmed that we're fucked for the next 4 years.
Yo, it was, I remember voting that day. Well, go ahead. I'll tell you.
It's so many people online, and a couple people that I know personally who are just kind of apathetic about voting and who are just saying they're not going to vote, and I just don't get it. I do not get it. Like, is Donald Trump not evil enough for you? Is he not wicked enough for you?
Hello.
It's like, does he have to like physically be Skeletor, or
he has to be Skeletor. He has to turn into Skeletor.
Cobra Commander
and eat his chops. He's got to turn to Skeletor.
Like, what cartoon villain does he have to be for you to get the level of just treacherousness?
They don't get it. That man is wild.
And on the same note, I understand the disillusionment, but this isn't anything to play with. So
no.
I don't know. I'm just kind of frustrated with the way some of this has come out. And when Kamala was announced as vice president candidate, like, my timeline was nuts with just people like, we don't like this about her, and we don't like this about her. Like, I'm like, chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out. Like, we're on the same team. Like, you can't keep tearing down, the Democratic ticket if you want them to win. I don't know. I'm frustrated, but
no. I feel you. Unfortunately, we have to be strategic, because until we really go hard and develop another party that is especially for Black people, especially for people of color, especially for the people, then we have to be strategic. And right now, I think we do have to vote pro-Democrat to get out of the hell that we're in. But if we're not, if we didn't move on creating that separate party to protect us, so we have to move strategically. And the strategic move is to get out of this, because I do not see the positive. Right now, we are living caged in our houses and losing loved ones because someone did not adhere to the call and is telling us, I don't inhale bleach, whatever that controversy is. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know what is going on with that. I remember, going down to the protests on Black Lives Matter Plaza, and I remember being able to see the White House, and I saw the protesters speaking at the White House and everything. But now there's a barricade around the White House. And, I think as a leader, you have to know sometimes when not to speak. And especially during the pandemic, if anything, he could have handled this better with letting the professionals communicate how to thrive during this time and paying attention to what we're going to do. But instead, he did not know how to handle the information or nor calm the community, you know, and there was a lot of havoc and craziness. And so like people have the disease and it's all over the place, and you know they're dying, and it's just crazy. Our numbers are out of this world. Something, I mean, I remember hearing about this in January actually, from my Uber driver, and not even thinking that it was going to come here, that it would, this would happen to us. So, you know, just handling the pandemic, and then, you know, not wanting to help. I think he's even cutting funds to, you know, people, and we're now the, you know, the economy has been trickling, it's moving. You know, these are just, to me, from what I'm seeing, not the best decisions being made. So, you know, I'm not rich, so I don't know yet rich yet. I don't know the okay, I'm putting that out there, but I don't know. I don't understand tax breaks or things like that. But that to me does not go above humanity. You don't value money over humanity, over life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, to compare that doesn't even make sense to me. That doesn't. You to equate that to, you know, to make that be the resolution of why you would vote for any president. No, I vote for democracy. I vote for black people. Yes, like my friend was saying to me the other night on the phone. He was like, "Well, they're still going to be killing black people whether or not you vote Democrat." I know, and the thing is that we have to step up to the plate, though. We have to really create some power moves and not just let it happen to us. Because I also remember a lot of people not voting. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? For our last presidency. So if you're not going to vote, you really don't have nothing to say. You're just going off a whole bunch of conspiracies and idioms, but you're not doing anything. You're just talking, and I don't like talking. I like seeing action. You
Yeah.
know. So yeah, we have to
Especially
we have to vote
local
or make some
elections,
moves.
those local elections that determine, you know, anything from the school board to senators and councilmen and, you know, police, sheriffs, and all those local elections that affect, you know, the things that you just talked about, you know, with how communities
Hmm.
are policed. Um, those are important. And that's where, by and large, a lot of us don't show up.
Yeah, exactly. You
But as
know.
it relates to the presidential ticket, you know, the Biden ticket is flawed. You know, we're humans are flawed. This country is flawed. The ticket's
Hmm.
going to be flawed. But when I
Yep.
see the Trump administration, I see an administration that is openly hostile to
Yes.
black people, people of color in general, women, uh,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
LGBT
Mhm.
community. Um,
Mhm.
who else are they openly hostile to? Is pretty much everybody who's not a white man, I guess.
I mean, he fired most of his administration at one point, you know. So
Yeah,
the squad wasn't even with him, you
openly hostile
know.
to, you know, the scientific community, to the press, like
Yeah.
just openly
Yes.
hostile to everyone. And I feel it is my duty to stand up for, especially the more marginalized groups, um,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
remove
Yeah.
this hostile regime from power.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and
There it is.
unfortunately, I guess you could say, unfortunately, the only option is this one. But to me, it's not an option. It could
Hmm.
be, it could be Bow Wow, honestly.
Hmm.
Like,
Right.
it could be
Anything save us.
it could be Little Romeo.
You know.
It could be, you know, the Spice Girls. I want someone in there
If you want to
who's
be
not going.
my president.
I want someone in there who's not going to be openly hostile to my people,
Yeah.
to women,
Yeah.
and once that happens, then
Yeah.
we can kind of start building on some of the initiatives, that we need
Yeah.
to see in our communities. But like, there's
Hmm.
no question he has to go. Like, they
He
have to
has
go.
to go. He gotta go. Yeah.
I'm
Morally,
kind of
definitely bringing down the people. Hmm.
I'm kind of at a fork in the road as far as what to communicate to people in my friend group who are just like, it's not gonna matter. They're both the same.
I know
Whatever,
what you mean.
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how to communicate the end of the oncoming apocalypse. Like if they don't realize. So that's something I guess I could. I don't know. I'm open to hearing some suggestions on how to engage people. That way, in my mind, there's no question what has to happen. So
yeah. I think no matter what, we do have to vote, but I think that it doesn't stop at the vote. I think it's there to persist our demands and demand what we want. I think with these our platforms getting louder and fighting for funding, that we need to be aggressive in asking for what our needs are and how they have to be met. I think that's just what I think that's just the move forward. We can't stop. We can't stop. We can't stop and think it's solved with Biden and Harris. We can't. We've got to demand, and we've got to make change. And we need to be more active, and not just sit back and be like, "Oh my God, this is happening to me." No more.
I'm really interested on what movement is taking place as far as making the election day a holiday or expanding election to over the course of 2 or 3 days. It seems like they make the election process as difficult as they can.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, they do. Yeah.
And constricting.
They can do all of these other things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Instead of making it a more inclusive, some people like, I can't take off work, or
yeah.
That's something I
right. That's another thing. Right. Like what?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of
they want.
A lot of stuff is rooted in like the 1830s or whatever.
This old school way is ridiculous. I mean, they do everything for getting your thumbprint on your phone, and you mean to tell me you cannot make sure that every person has the ability to vote and it be one person and not to be manipulated? When my phone takes my thumbprint to open up, oh please. Like by now, I mean, from my voice alone, you got my DNA. Like it's like, come on. Stop lying. Stop lying. Crazy, man. This is crazy.
One more question I want to ask you.
Okay, Nate. Look at all them records. I'm coming over there, man.
Man, when they let us congregate again, it's on over here. Like we are DJing for a
chicken
week
and biscuits
straight.
On.
We are partying for a
I'm be like, where's the mic? Where's the mic? There is no timidness at the mic anymore. Where's the mic? I'm gonna have it in my back pocket. I'm ready. Let's go. What you want? Wireless? Cords? What's good? You want? What's good?
You don't have one of them
the
earpiece joints, the TD Jakes joints that come around here on your ear.
Oh yeah, I need. Oh, that's right. Ready to go. Oh, no, I got you. Ding, ding. Mic check 1 2. Chicken and biscuits. Here we are. Stab on the mic.
I want to know what's one thing that 2020 has taken away from you, and what's one thing 2020 has given you.
Okay, off of my first mind, I would say that 2020 took away. I was going to say something about the ability to connect with my people live. Like, there was something that, like, when people used to come to my performances, that they were feeling that I know was uplifting their spirits and pushing them forward. And the push was like I could feel it in them, you know? Like I feel like a lot of people who were part of like my Muzai House community, I feel like we're blossoming and growing because of that push, that energy that I and others were exuding in the same space. And because I really always want my music to empower, inspire. So I know that personal connection when people come live to see my show live and I connect with them is an experience that neither they or I forget, you know. And that actually has been probably the most emotional thing is missing the people, like rocking with them, connecting with the audience like that. That's hard. What it's given me is time to smell the roses. It's given me time to smell the roses. IG gave me a time limit. I've never seen this before. We have 1 minute and 39 seconds left. What has 2020 given you, Nate? I've never seen this before.
2020 has given me a pause from the rat race, from the treadmill.
Yeah.
You know, because the treadmill stopped pretty much.
Yeah.
And it gave me time to think. And as you said, you know, smell the roses.
Yeah.
Gave me time to, you know, life with a DJ can be hectic at times. You know, you're out late, you're carrying equipment and speakers to this place and that place and run around and, you know, here, there, late nights. And, you know, you're missing out on stuff because you're spending your Friday nights and Saturday nights at a club or whatever. So it definitely gave me a pause.
Good.
Tell
them where to get Breonna before it cuts out.
Okay. Breonna is on Spotify. It's on Tidal, on Apple Music. Right. The video is on YouTube.